everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ate Bebern, your STEM buddy. So last time, tinuruan ko kayo kung paano magbalanse ng chemical equation. But ngayon naman, level up tayo dahil pag-uusapan natin ang limiting reactant, ang susi sa malaman kung gaano karami ang mabubuong product sa isang reaction. Ready na ba kayo? Tara na at magsimula na tayo. In this video, we're going to focus on limiting reactant and how to identify and also how to solve a trigonometry problem that's involved of limiting reactant. Tara na at magsimula na tayo. Meron akong ibinigay dito na question. Zinc react with aqueous hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen gas zinc chloride. Identify the limiting reactant for each of the following situation. So let's start by writing a balanced chemical reaction. So we have a zinc, it is reacting with hydrochloric acid or HCl. And also, it's going to produce hydrogen gas, which is a diatomic and zinc chloride. Now, so what is a chemical formula of zinc chloride? Zinc has a positive 2 charge and chlorine has a -1 charge. So therefore, the chemical formula is going to be Zn1Cl2. Or simplify ZnCl2. So now, kailangan natin i-balance ang chemical reaction, and to do that, all we need to do, put a 2 on the front of HCl. Because we have a 2 chlorine on the right side, after that, everything else is a balance. We have a 1 zinc atom on the both side and the 2 hydrogen atom on the both side of equation. Now, in a part we have a 12 atom of Zn. Zinc is composed of atom and 8 moles of HCl. Hydrochloric acid is a molecule which is to be limiting reactant, which is species zinc or HCl. The limited reactant is a 1 of the 2. It's the 1 of the 2 of reactant. That runs out of first end reaction. A quick and simple way to do that is to find which one has the lowest quantity per coefficient ratio. So we have a 12 particles of zinc and the coefficient in the front of is a 1. So take the 12 divide 1. The coefficient front of HCl is 2, so divide by 1. So equals of 12. 8 divide 2 is 4. So HCl has the lowest quantity per coefficient ratio. So therefore, HCl is a limited reactant. It is going to run first in this reaction. So our the small lowest of quantity is 4. So this is limiting reactant. So now what about the part B? Part B question. First, in this reaction, now what about the part B? We have a 3 moles of zinc and 4 moles of HCl. First, it is going to be 3 moles of zinc and 4 moles of HCl. Is the one with less moles or greater moles? You can tell just by looking at the number of the moles you're giving the quantity you need to determine the quantity per coefficient ratio. So, take the number of moles and divide it by respective coefficient. So, 3 divided by 1 equals 3 and 4 divided by 2 equals 4. So, notice that HCl has a lowest quantity per coefficient ratio. So, it's turned out that HCl is this example is limiting reactant even though there's a greater number of moles. Let's think about this ratio is 1 to 2, 1 mole of zinc, 1 mole of zinc with 2 moles of HCl. Based on the coefficient, so 2 moles of zinc will react of 4 moles of HCl. So you notice that we already have 4 moles of HCl. So 4 moles of HCl can only react with 2 moles of zinc. But we have 3 moles of zinc, which means HCl is going to gain by the time 3 moles of zinc react with 6 moles of HCl. Oh, we don't have 6 moles of HCl, so we're deficient in the quantity of 2 HCl's. That's why it's the limiting reactant by its time all of the zinc molecules react. So, we need to consume 6 mole of HCl, but we don't have it, so it's limiting reactant. But the easiest way to determine it is to find which one of the lowest quantity per coefficient. But our coefficient this time, or limiting reactant, our lowest is 3 moles of zinc because it is a limiting reactant compared of the 6 moles. It's not a limiting reactant. So our limiting reactant now, it is a zinc. It is a limiting reactant. So, first in this reaction, now, what about the part C? Now, let's move on to part C. So, question, 40 G of Zn and 56 grams of HCl. We're given the grams of zinc and the grams of HCl. So based on this, which one is the going to run out first now? You don't want to take the mass and divide it by the coefficients. That's not going to work. The reason is because the molar mass of zinc and HCl are different. So what you want to do is want to convert the grams into moles. A simple way to convert grams to moles is to take the mass and grams and divide it by the mass. So, the molar mass of the zinc is 65.39. And the molar mass of HCl is 1.02 plus 0.8 plus of 36.45. So, baka magtaka kayo kung saan natin nakukuha yung 1.008 at saka sa i-plus natin siya sa 36.45. So, ganon. Ito yon. Ang 1.08 natin, di ba, ang gipangita is HCl. So, ang grams natin dito is, ito ay hydrogen. At saka ito naman si chlorine. Chlorine or chloride. Chlorine. So, ipa-plus natin siya kasi dalawa yung binigay di ba dito? Dalawa. So, ipa-plus natin siya 1.008 plus 36.45. That's about 36.4. 36.458. 0.458. So, if we take 40 and divide by 65.39, then that's going to give us 0.6117 moles of zinc. Moles of zinc. And 56 divided by of 36.458 equals of 1.536 of moles of HCl. So that is 1.536 moles of HCl. So now, once you have the moles of each of the two reactant, then divide by the coefficient. So we're going to divide this by. So divide it 1 and divide it 2. So 0. Dito na lang natin ilalagay. So 0.6117 moles of Zn divided by 1. So 0.6117 mole of Zn. So 1.536 of moles of HCl divided by 2. So equals of 0.768 HCl. So nagtaka kayo kung saan natin nakukuha si 2 at saka si 1. Like sa sinabi ko, i-divide natin siya sa coefficient. Dito, kasi because Zn is 1 lang ang coefficient natin. Like sa HCl is 2 coefficient. So, i-divide natin siya sa 0.6117 moles of Zn divided by sa 1. Kay, like sa sinabi ko, kailangan natin siya i-divide sa coefficient. Kasi, mas importante siya para makuha natin yung molar mass natin. So, dito natin nakuha sa coefficient. So, i-divide natin siya sa coefficient. So, huwag natin kakalimutan yun. I-divide sa coefficient natin. So, narito natin. So, ano ba yung limiting reactant natin? So, ang pinakagamay natin na number dito ay si zinc. Si zinc ang atong limiting reactant. Because siya ang pinakagamay. So, makareact na siya sa nang tinatawag na limiting reactant. Kaya kumpara sa HCl natin, HCl, so hydrochloric acid, mas malaki yung ano niya. So, mas kumpara sa kay zinc, mas mababa lang yung kumpiyansa. So, ang limiting reactant natin, makikita natin dito na 0.6117 moles of Zn ang limiting reactant kumpara sa HCl because of the big of the number of HCl. So our molar mass or limiting reactant is 0.6117 moles of Zn of zinc. So 1 and this 1 by 2 for zinc, it's still going to be 6117 a moles per coefficient. For HCl is 1.536 divided by 2. So which is 0.768. So this case, zinc has the lowest quantity per coefficient ratios. So therefore, zinc is limiting reactant. So like sa sinabi ko, if in this limiting reactant of zinc, it is example of limiting reactant. So it's not because zinc has a lower mass, that's not always the case, but zinc has a much of higher molar mass. than HCl. So that is greatly decreased the number of moles that was present in zinc. So any that one of the reason why zinc was a limiting reactant, because of the quantity of zinc was a lot less than of HCl. Even though we will divide HCl by 2. So nakikita na talaga natin kung ano ba talaga yung limiting reactant. So baka meron pa kayong isa-suggestion na hindi nyo naintindihan, i-comment nyo lang. I-comment nyo lang sa baba. Kaya, so, wag natin kalilimutan na tandaan natin na dapat ang limiting reactant, it is the one way of to divide a coefficient. So, I hope nga meron kayong naintindihan sa tinuro ko sa inyo. Pasensya na yung boses ko at saka sulat ko super dumi kasi wala akong nasira yung ko. So, kaya huwag niyong kakalimutan talaga i-divide natin sa coefficient kasi mahalaga nating i-divide kumpara sa iyo. Oy! So, lagi lang nating tandaan talaga na ang limiting reactant, kahit anong chemical reaction, ang limiting reactant ay pinakaunang nauubos. At siya rin ang nagkokontrol kung gaano karaming produkto ang mabuo. Kaya laging balansihin muna ang equation bago mag-solve tayo. So tandaan natin na kapag mayroong mga question dito na ibinigay natin sa teacher natin, dapat huwag nating kakalimutan ibabalanse muna. Kasi makikita natin na hindi balanse yung binigay nila. Kaya like sa vlog ko na balancing chemical equation, so natuto na kayo doon. So kasi sa limiting reactant, nandito pa rin ang pinakaunang balanse sa chemical equation. So kaya, kung gusto nyong part 2, gagawa naman ako ng example na may grams para mas apply sa totoong problem. So don't forget to like and share and subscribe para update kayo. Maraming salamat sa mga ka-science, ka-ate Beberen. So I hope na meron kayong naintindihan sa vlog ko. So, thank you so much. Love you guys.